Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Giants star gets bad news heading into end of season. The New York Giants fell to the Dallas Cowboys on the road on Thursday, November 28, but that wasn't the only negative thing that came out of the game for New York. Unfortunately, Giants defensive end Kayvon Thibodeaux has gotten some bad news regarding the game, thanks to a play he had with Cowboys quarterback Cooper Rush. It was expected the Giants hadn't heard the end of this play, and now, the NFL is acting. The NFL announced on Saturday, December 7, that Thibodeaux is being fined $16,883 for an unnecessary roughness foul he had during the Giants' loss to the Dallas Cowboys. The play that Thibodeaux is getting fined for was a late hit on Rush. During the play, Thibodeaux quickly got rid of left tackle Chuma Edoga, and he was standing close to Rush. But Rush had already gotten rid of the football, so there was no reason for the hit. The flag didn't really hurt the Giants, since Dallas punted not long after the automatic first down. The fine marks Thibodeaux's second since joining the NFL and Giants in 2022. He was fined last season for a play against the Buffalo Bills. One nice thing is that even though Thibodeaux has to pay up, the money will go to a good cause. According to the NFL, the money raised through player fines is donated to the Professional Athletes Foundation to support legends in need and the NFL Foundation to further support the health, safety, and wellness of athletes across all levels, including youth football and the communities that support the game. Speaking to press in a video posted on the Giants' YouTube page on December 2, Thibodeaux talked about stepping up and being a lead on the Giants squad. "Well, if you ask me from a real standpoint, in my personal opinion, this is a not-for-long league," he said. "So, telling guys that you have to wait until after a certain amount of time to be a leader is kind of like, it's smoke and mirrors because the average is only 3 years. So, it's like how long do you expect a great player to come in and not say anything? That's kind of not realistic." He continued, stating, "We hope that the speaking up and everything else is uplifting and for the greater good of the team. But for me, when I came in, I kind of faced the same questions as Malik Neighbors did a couple weeks ago. But I'm a guy that believes this is a meritocracy. So, if you make plays, you have a voice." He added, "If you don't make plays, you don't have a voice. That's the name of the business. So, I would say for young guys coming in, continue to make plays first, and then be an impact in leadership." As Ryan Dunleavy from the New York Post points out in a December 3 feature, Thibodeaux will be eligible for a contract extension for the first time in his career after the season ends. He adds that the Giants' meaningless games at the end of the season actually could shape a lot of evaluations on Kayvon Thibodeaux and his future. DeMarvion Overshown becoming difference-maker for Cowboys. If you didn't hear from DeMarvion Overshown last week, the Dallas Cowboys linebacker apologizes. He simply couldn't respond to everybody. "I'm pretty sure I didn't text nobody back until the second day or night because there were so many messages," he said. "I was trying to read them all. I'm pretty sure I got to the majority of them, but phone was going crazy." In a Cowboys season that has been filled with more disappointments than highlights going into Monday's game against the Cincinnati Bengals, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time, ESPN/ABC, Overshown's play gives a glimpse into what could be a promising future for the 2023 third-round draft pick who missed his rookie season due to injury. On a team full of Cowboys, he is now called Cowboy. None of it has to do with the wristbands that adorn the length of his left arm, an ode to a cousin who passed away, or the reflective sunglasses. Maybe some of it has to do with the red dirt hats he wears almost everywhere. "This is who I am," said Overshown, who grew up in Arp, Texas, about 120 miles east of Dallas. "It's nothing to it, just who I am, a simple man." Overshown has arrived for games in full cowboy regalia, from long coat to cowboy hat to spurs adorning his boots. He even has a case for his cowboy hat. Defensive tackle Carlos Watkins came up with the nickname. He was like, "Man, you one of the most country, dudes I done ever seen," Overshone said. "So out of nowhere he started calling me Cowboy." "I like it," said Watkins, just a very respectful young man and has the truck and everything. "I feel like it suits him very well. Like a lot times you see him make a tackle, and he'll do that right there, he got M1 with the lasso, celebration. I just feel like that kind of fits who he is. He likes horses and stuff too. He's into that stuff. So I was like, that's you, that fits." The touchdown against the Giants was like he was in a rodeo. Before the 1st and 10 snap, Overshone lined up as an off-the-ball linebacker. He moved to the end of the line of scrimmage, giving the Giants a tip that he would be rushing off the edge. His first clue that something was up came when quarterback Drew Lock did not change the protection. At the snap, Overshone burst up the field right at Devin Singletary, plowing into the running back. "The bulldozer in him, I'm not going to make a move, I'm going to run through the dude. That's probably the reason why he got the pick," pass rusher Micah Parsons said. "If he was going to make somebody miss, that ball could have went anywhere. But I think the best part about him was, I'm always going to run through somebody." With Singletary off balance, Overshone's eyes turned to Locke, who was trying to sidearm a screen pass to Singletary. Instinctively, Overshone shot his right arm into the passing lane, deflecting the ball into the air. A step later, his eyes found the ball, and in a split second he was in the end zone with a 23-yard touchdown, giving the Cowboys a lead they would not lose. "I mean, it's a great play. Just all the way around," Coach Mike McCarthy said. "The anticipation, the instincts, the ability to get control of the football." Mike Zimmer was the Cowboys' defensive coordinator in 2006 when DeMarcus Ware intercepted a Michael Vick pass and returned it for a touchdown in a win against the Atlanta Falcons. On a bootleg, Vick tried to knife a throw over an oncoming Ware, who caught the ball with ease for the first and only touchdown of his Hall of Fame career. Cowboys hiring coach Mike Vrabel features Major Jerry Jones obstacle. We know that Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, on some level, is attracted to the idea of hiring Bill Belichick as his coach in 2025 should Jerry part ways with incumbent coach Mike McCarthy, that is. We also know that Belichick has flirted with the notion as well, privately, through leaks from his minions, and publicly, via flattery of Jones, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb and others. But what if that marriage doesn't work? Maybe Belichick's open secret love of the New York Giants, for instance, leads him there. Or maybe getting to be the all-powerful boss of the Jacksonville Jaguars lures him. In that scenario, Cowboys Nation has a reason to wonder about a theoretical next best thing, Belichick protege Mike Vrabel. Vrabel played for Belichick in New England and in 2018 took over in Tennessee, where he led the Titans to 4 straight winning seasons and an AFC championship game, but was fired last season after conflicting with then first-year GM Ran Carthon. Would Vrabel work at the Star? In terms of Dallas needing a tough guy disciplinarian, it makes sense. But what about in terms of what Vrabel wants? New York Jets insider Rich Cimini of ESPN recently noted that many people assume that Vrabel wouldn't even consider the Jets because he's going to call up one of his mentors Bill Belichick and ask him his opinion of the Jets, and we know what Belichick is going to say, Cimini reported. And of course what Belichick will do is trash the Jets, per Cimini. Which sounds accurate. But the reporter added, "I've talked to people who know Vrabel, and he has told friends he would consider the Jets as a possibility as long as he likes the GM that they pick, so he says he doesn't care what Belichick thinks, he'll judge the situation based on its own merit." So what does that have to do with Dallas? It sounds like Vrabel, who clashed with Carthon and with Titans GM John Robinson before that, might not only want to mesh with his next GM, he might even want to have a voice in who that person is. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Mike Vrabel? Leave your opinion in the comments.